What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to take my network stuff from down here and clean it all up, and I'm going to go ahead and put it upstairs in like a spare bedroom closet, so that way it's out of the basement and we can get this basement all kind of cleaned up and finished back up so we can have guest stay and kids playroom and all that. So what we're going to do is, so we got a file server here that serves media throughout the house. And then I got my modem, my router, my switch, and then I have a smart things home automation system. And I also have a Ubiquiti Access Point. These are mesh style access points. You mount them up in the ceiling. I don't know if you've ever been to like a corporate building where they have in the ceiling, well, they're probably Cisco ones, but these are different. Cisco ones are probably more square than this, but they have little round lights on them telling you the status of them. So you ever wondered when you go through like a big building like Walmart or multi-story business, and you can still be connected to the same Wi-Fi throughout the whole building? This mesh network will allow you to do that. Not that we have a big house or anything like that. It's about 2,500 square feet, but it will allow me to put multiple access points throughout the house. And so what it'll do is when you're at one end of the house, it'll find which access point is the best signal for you and connect you to that. And then as you move through the house, it'll seamlessly connect to each different access point. So I already have one of these. These are this is upstairs. It's kind of set on top of my fridge, but we're going to mount this in the ceiling where it's supposed to be upstairs when we get all this stuff up in the closet in the spare bedroom. So my main purpose of this is just right now it's just sitting in a corner of my basement. We can't use any of this space right now because of this. So I'm going to take all of this stuff right here and put it up in the closet. To make it nice and neat, I do have a switch that is a rack mounted switch. If you look at a video that I had before where I show off my rack mount stuff, I'll put it up in the description or down in the description, and you'll see a link up here. But at the old house, I built my own rack, and at this house, I just don't really have anywhere to put the rack. So what they do make is a wall mounted rack. And so this is a wall mounted rack. I think it's a 4 or 6U is what they call it. They go by U configurations. And so what this will do is this will mount on the wall and allow me to put that switch mounted onto here. And then also I will put this kind of patch panel there as well. So that way everything from the wall, when I put all the Cat 6 in the wall, it'll come out of the wall and go into this, and then I just have to connect this to the switch. That way it's not, I don't have to put the switch backwards, and I'll show you what that looks like later on in the video too. So for right now, the main focus is to get the battery back up, my server, and all this stuff upstairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in this closet for the spare bedroom, since we don't use the spare bedroom that much, and none of our guests are going to be using the closet or where we're going to put this stuff anyways. So that's where we're going to put it. And it's easy accessible since it's on the second floor. It will have that little topper that goes up top here above. I already removed it. And so we'll put the computer up here and all that stuff up on top of it. And then we'll mount that rack mount up here on the wall. So it'll just stick out a little bit. But the computer is pretty damn quiet. So, and the rest of the stuff is really quiet. So I'm not worried about noise. I'm not really worried about heat, because that computer doesn't really build too much heat. It doesn't, all it really does is serve media. It doesn't do any like complicated calculations or anything like that. So I'm not really worried about heat. If I need to, I can open up the closet doors or anything, something like that in the summer maybe, if it gets a little bit warm in here. But what's really nice is we do have the attic, like I said, right here. Access to the attic, because we'll need access to the attic to get up there and wire an outlet. We're going to wire an outlet up here and also get the coax teed off of probably that TV or the TV in our master bedroom, so that way we can have internet or to the cable modem. All right, now we're in the attic and we have all this blow-in insulation. So this insulation is not super fiberglass or anything like that. I don't even know if there's fiberglass in this insulation, but your fiberglass insulation, you're going to want to have gloves on and probably long sleeve shirt. So I brought up a shovel so I can shovel this insulation out of the way for now. So where the coax is that we're going to pull off of is in this area somewhere. Here's the tray ceiling in the master bedroom, and so it's just a little bit off over there. You can kind of see, well, you might not be able to see on the video, but there, it looks like they wired Cat 5 up in this house, but they use it as phone line. And I'm not really sure where it terminates to exactly. We kind of just block those all off. So what we're going to have to do is take all this insulation right here and kind of get to that top plate over here that we need. And then I have a TV over here that's in that I already showed you, but it's somewhere over here on this wall. And we'll have to go over there and find where I need to drill in for Cat 6. And then the hallway is over here somewhere. And that's where I'm going to put the access point. I'm going to put it in the center of the house upstairs and put it in the hallway. So with that, I just have to get Cat 6 over there and drill a hole to put it through the ceiling. So my next thing to do is we're going to go ahead and remove some of this insulation, just kind of push it off the side. They really piled it up over there. When I'm done, I'm going to put the insulation back as best as I can, because this is what kind of keeps the heat in the house. Right now up here, it's very, I mean, you got your vents and all that venting outside. So, I mean, thankfully it's about 50 degrees in Kansas City right now in the middle of the winter. So it's not super cold up here or anything like that. But it's going to take a task to remove all this insulation and get to where we need to go for right now. All right, so here's the aftermath so far. This is essentially what I was wanting to do. However, I did want to get the battery back up over here, but we ran the outlet and put it right there because there's a wall cavity right here between two studs. And then I wanted to run the Ethernet from upstairs or up in the attic on a different wall cavity. I didn't want to run it with the same cavity as the power. I'm sure it'd be fine, but I just didn't want to mess it up or have it mess up at all. So then my file server's right there. And I didn't really think about this, but I mean, it's pretty close. And there is intake. There's no fans on the front, but there is intake from up top. So it'll exhaust just fine that close to the wall. However, I didn't take into account I have to plug in Ethernet to it, and it's like right there. Probably could get it in there just fine, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut another wood like that, another platform, and put it this way so I can angle the computer forwards. So there you have it. I have now all my TVs in my spare bedrooms and my master all wired up to internet right now. I have it'll running to a switch and on battery backup. So now I have my router. It's the Edge router up there from Ubiquiti. I like it. It's a little expensive. It's about $100, a little less, I think. But either way, I just wanted kind of a commercial grade everything as much as I could. Speaking of which, by the way, I do have Xfinity. So instead of paying $11 a month, I bought my own modem, and then obviously my own router, switch, and then I also have my own access point. So like I said earlier in this video, I have one now mounted up here. It's in the second story, kind of in the middle of the house, in the hallway here. And so what I'll eventually probably do is mount another one downstairs, so that way it can mesh the network together. Also, we ended up making it easier on ourselves, and instead of using that outlet to pull power, we went and pulled power from the light switch. The light switch actually gets power from the outlet, or the outlet gets power from the light switch. So it was just easier just to run power to the light switch, or from the light switch to this extra outlet. All right, so I went ahead and spent some time kind of tidying it up. Up here, kind of tied up all the power cables up, and I went ahead and ordered and shortened new cables and got the rest of them all purple for K-State, right? I know blue and purple doesn't match very well, but in all reality, that's all I had for the bulk Cat 6 is blue, so I was going to spend another $150 on another bulk purple one. But either way, so here it is, all kind of cleaned up. I was thinking about doing maybe putting a plate from here down so you can't see anything behind it, but it's in a closet and I don't think it's going to be, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But either way, I'm happy how I cleaned it up a little bit, and I put up a light up there for you guys, so it makes it easier for you to see. So it's going to be darker than this anyways for any guests. But this has been up here for about a week and a half, actually 2 weeks now, because I went on a little trip. And it's a little warm up there when I get up in here. It's a little warm because of the computer and the power supply. But it is kind of dead winter in KC, so it does help with the heat. But I'm interested to see what it does in the summertime, so we'll see. So that's moving my home network from downstairs in the basement to up here in the closet, so that way we can free up room in the basement for other things like a playroom and a spare bedroom and down there and other things. So if you want to see any of the items that I have, I list them in the description, so you can go ahead and check those out for yourself. If you have any questions on the setup, go ahead and link it down below. Give me a comment. Like the video if you like the video, and subscribe if you like videos like this. I will also link the other videos of my homemade network rack and all that on my previous setups below in the description. So I will see you next time.